So what's going on, everybody? Today is a good day. Ignore my face. I just had my wisdom teeth out, so I look a little crazy. Face still swollen, but still, today is a really good day. I finally got the go ahead and do some new stuff to my daily, and I'm really excited about it. Like, I can't really wait to get into it. But in a minute, I'll get back to you guys and I'll tell you all about it. So guys, for those of you that have seen the channel before or seen me before in general, you know that my daily is a 2017 2.0 turbo Camaro. It's not the fastest thing in the world by far. We all know that, but it's definitely fun. When I was looking for a daily, it kind of fit the criteria I was looking for. Like, I didn't really care if it was like fast. I wasn't looking for something that was stupid fast or something that was gonna be a money pit. I was just looking for something that was gonna be like fun, you know, and this fit the bill. So I mean, on its current setup right now, it's ran 7/8. This is in the 8th, and this is on street tires. This is definitely, not fast, but that's definitely unexpected for what this car is. Definitely. I'm really looking forward to what's coming to it. Like, this car has been amazing so far. I can't say I would trade it for anything because I'm just really happy with it. Like, it's been so fun to me. But recently, I was looking into turbo upgrade, like something to give it a little more, I guess you would say, like just a little more power, something to see if it could go a little faster. And then I got to looking, and I was like, you know what? I kind of got to my power limit on its current setup because it's like full bolt-on minus some charge pipes. Don't ask me why. I was too cheap to just get the charge pipes, but that's really all it's missing, and it has every other thing ZZP makes for it. Well, right now, I have a buddy that's working on one, and he was like, hey, let's put the bottom end in yours since it's further along than mine, and let's see what it does. So what's happening is, I know that the car is kind of like borderline. When it's turned up on the E85 and running all the extra boost that I was sending through it, it's kind of like at its block limit. Like, the block is about sick of my shit. So my buddy's like, hey, let's put a bottom end in it and let's see how fast it'll go. Let's just like completely let it go. And I'm like, you know what? This sounds stupid because this is my daily driver, something that I drive every day. And he's like, hey man, let's just go for it. It should be okay. It should be safe. And I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. This car, if any of you've seen this car run or the other video about it, then you know that it runs pretty decent actually for what's done to it. It's very surprising. Most people won't expect it coming from a 4-cylinder car. Hell, I didn't even expect it to get as far as it is, but here I am. I'm still playing around with it, still figuring it out, and it's still fairly new. I mean, the world record for it right now, I think, is like mid or high 10s. I'm not exactly sure, so don't quote me on that. But the guy, ZZP, did his car. His name's Alan. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. He even had an article in a magazine recently, and I was like, man, what better time to go for a record than now? Like, I'm really just missing a bottom end and a turbo. And I mean, some test and tune time. And I think it's possible. So we just decided that we're like going to take this daily driven car of mine here and see how far we can push it. If it breaks the record, cool. If not, But it was fun, just to say that we chased the record. So that's what we're looking into now. And more details to come, or like what's going to be in it. Because I'm not exactly sure yet. But I'll let you guys know. And then we're going to go for a ZFR, I believe, or a Z5R turbo. It's supposed to be an upgrade to what I have already. And apparently it's good for like pretty decent numbers. I mean, horsepower-wise for that car. So we're going to try it and see what it does. We're also going to get the car prepped, do some basic maintenance on it, just make sure it's ready to go. There's no issue. All I know is that we're going to shoot for this record, and whether we make it or not, we're going to have fun doing it. A lot of people are just like, you're not going to do shit. I'm like, okay, whatever, that's fine. I don't really care. I've never been big on like a huge following, so if you like it, you like it. If you don't, I kind of got to get the car torn down and check everything over and make sure it's not hurt, which the car's been running absolutely great. I just know that I'm kind of ready to get into it. Really excited. But yeah, I'll actually show you guys what's there now. As I was saying about the setup being pretty basic, I mean, it's an eBay intake. This intake was like $160, and I paired it with a buddy of mine. He has one of these cars. I used his intake, and even on the dyno, the results were so minute that I was like, I mean, people have put up the argument that, yeah, you can have a closed box, but it was like literally like a 3-4 horsepower difference in intake. This throttle body is an OEM part to some GM car. Not exactly sure. I didn't really research it too much, but it's part of ZZP's package, like for their bigger throttle body. It even comes with this little charge pipe. As you can see, I still have like factory charge pipes in here, and the other one's over here. It's kind of hard to see, but it's in there. And I mean, I'm still on stock turbo. The only thing I bought was like a wheel upgrade, but that upgrade was like $160. And I mean, I noticed like 15 more horsepower out of the car. So I mean, I guess that is pretty impressive for, you know, what it is. People saying that you can't use that wheel. I used it. I mean, I had to mill out my turbo housing a little bit, because they say that it throws a code for some and then others it doesn't. Like mine, I rode around for like a month before it threw a code, and now it's just consistently on. But small price. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Today the car is actually clean. I actually cleaned it before it entered somebody's video. It's pretty basic on the outside. Exterior wise, like I was telling you guys, it's just, this is all I have on the outside. I have this splitter, well, not a splitter, this chin spoiler here. It's made from American Authority. They have it. It's fairly cheap for what it is. And I also have this one. It's from Icon Motorsports. It's also it's fairly well priced for what it is. I do have a Titan Motorsport sticker here. They did my exhaust. My exhaust is custom 3-inch exhaust all the way back. They're really good. If you're ever in the Tennessee area close to Dover, I would definitely go check them out, because they have amazing prices as far as exhaust work goes. And he kind of hooked me up on the spot. I went there just to go have him look at it and see what kind of price he could give me, and it ended up being better than I expected. I ended up getting it done that same day. The car is having minor issues though, with like sometimes it'll get between 3 to 5 pounds of boost when it's building boost, and it'll just stutter a little bit. But if I give the car more throttle, it just pushes through with no issues, and it doesn't show up anymore. But I think that's really interesting, because when I'm driving, it only does it then. As far as like sitting on the line, building boost to launch, it's fine, it's perfect. So I don't know, that's something to dig into and try and figure out, you know, when I'm working on it. But it's definitely going to get torn apart soon. We're going to get the bottom end in it, and then we're going to shoot for the track. It's probably going to be next season before I actually get track time. I don't know how long this track will be open, but I'm really not in a rush to get it done. But I kind of want to go after that record. I mean, I think that's just so cool to be able to be within reach of a world record. I mean, who wouldn't take that chance? So sometime next year as well, the car is actually going to get put on a tire. And for this car to actually run that pass and to make a 7.8 on those tires, I was completely impressed, because it spins so bad out the hole. I don't know why exactly. I really didn't expect this car to spin very much. Even on the street, I've noticed, even from rolls, like low rolls, it spins. But I mean, maybe that's just because how quick the power comes in. It's very funny, but I like it though. It's been fun for a daily. I definitely would recommend it for somebody who's like, I kind of want something that's quick but not fast, you know, just to fill it out. It's definitely worth it. I would say it's worth it just because of my experiences with it. I have a buddy who's got one as well. We'll meet up with him later and we'll check out his. He's actually going to see if he can break the record for the fastest manual one. I'm an auto car, as I was saying earlier. I'm definitely auto. I love it. If you've seen this car in other videos, then you know it hangs pretty well with some of the other cars. I mean, I've raced a lot of V8s with this thing, especially at the track. I mean, I seem to get suckered into a lot of races. People don't know exactly what the car is, and don't take that as me being like cocky or whatever. I know what this car is. I know what it's capable of. I know what it can and can't hang with, but I do it all in fun. And I think that it's a really good competitor. I know some people don't like the car just because it's a 4-cylinder. They're like, oh, you can't have a 4-cylinder muscle car. I mean, you made a V6. To me, this one far exceeds the V6 in many standards. Another thing that I left out is that this car is actually, it actually has a flex fuel sensor. I keep forgetting that it has that. It does have a flex fuel sensor capable of E85 and, 93. But with that being said, the car made a lot more on E. Obviously, it made a lot more on E. I daily it on 93. Usually, I only put E in it if it's something like, an event that I want to go to. But I try not to beat on it too much just because it's my daily. So, I mean, I keep it turned down fairly low. It's enough to just come out and play. I mean, it can't do what it did before. I'm not really trying to, but I think that was a good investment too as far as E85. This car reacted to E85 very well. I'm kind of trying to convince Will to do it too, but he's like, oh, mine's a daily too. And I was like, mine is too. So I'm stepping away from my other car right now. I'm working on an LSG35. It's a turbo LSG35. But yeah, guys, now that that's been said, I've been out, I've washed the car and all this other stuff. Now we're getting ready to go meet up with Will. And Will actually bought an intake today. He bought the same one that I have. And now we're going to go play around with his car, put it on, and let you guys see, like, the difference between a stock one of these and mine. If I'm lucky, maybe Will will come out and do a hit or something with me, and I can show you the difference of, like, you know, my car with a tune and, you know, his car being stock. I mean, even stock, this car did well. I mean, it was not great by any means, but it did well. So, guys, we finally met up with Will. It took a little longer than we thought, but let's get ready to go in there and see what we can do. By the way, this is the same cheap-ass intake that I bought, but it works. So, I mean...
Hey, it works, it works.
That's what I said. I mean, literally the one I tried...
$169?
That's all I paid
cheap,
for it.
But damn it, it's still more expensive than the one I got for the truck. That bitch.
What's a truck? Oh, yeah, that little clip right there, this thing sucks. It sucks getting out.
Punch you in his face in a second. He's gonna learn who the boss is.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure something out.
Oh, of course. But when you put your cover back on it, it'll flatten it out some more too. It should.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you're not getting...
I thought someone...
So guys, unfortunately, we didn't get to get any runs in. We tried, but we had some other stuff that came up, and both of us were kind of like, at that point, you know, just let it go. But we're going to shoot for another day, see if we can get you guys those runs. That's if my car is not already torn apart or he isn't doing something else. But we're going to try and give you that run, actually, or find somebody who can facilitate that for you. But as always, I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll catch you later.